Hello and welcome to Knife Delights. Folks, you're in for a little bit of a treat today. I've taken 3 or 4 of my old buck knife videos and made a compilation out of them, compiled them up, made them short and easy for you to watch one after another. I've cut out all the little fluff out of the videos so you're getting right straight to the facts. So today in this compilation, I'm just kind of featuring some of those, lesser known and unique buck knives. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know in the comments below if you like these compilation videos. Let's start right now. Let's start off with these two knives up here. These are folding alpha hunters. Okay, and their model is, oh, this one doesn't have it here. Wait a minute. See the problem with doing these videos? They are the 279. And the reason there's no model number on this one is because if you look at the tang stamp there, it's got an anvil there with no model number. The anvil tang stamp indicates this was made in 2002, which is the 100th anniversary of buck knives. So both of these knives are the same. They're both made in the USA. And of all the knives I'm showing you here today, these two are the only USA made. The rest in this collection here are made in China. So even though we have two knives of the same model, there are some varying differences, such as down here you see the round lanyard hole, but you turn them over, and you can see in this one here it has the hex head in there, where this one is just round. So there are little subtle differences sometimes, even in the same model of knife. Also, these are a pouch knife, and they come in these pouches. This one here from 2002, it's got a silver thread spelling out buck, and that's got the white thread. But these are two very heavy-duty nylon style pouches. So once again, the buck 279, they have these nice rubberized grips on them. They really, this is a heavy knife. I think they're around 8 ounces or half a pound. So yeah, they're a stout knife. Alrighty then. Let's move on to this one right here. I really like this knife. I got this at Walmart. Put a little tape up there just for a little extra friction to help open it up. This thing is, as they say, buttery smooth. Has a very nice action on it. Has a very unique blade to it. Has this rubberized grip to it. And yeah, you get a really good grip. And with this pocket clip, I don't even feel the pocket clip. And you know how I feel about pocket clips. But on this one, you just don't even really feel it in your palm. And then it's got this lanyard hole here also. So this is the 780 Exert. All right, now we can move on to another one here. This is the 736 Trekker. And it has a partially serrated blade, and it's anodized aluminum. Kind of the same style pocket clip. Two-tone. Some people don't like that green and black together. I kind of like it. This is really a nice slicey knife. It is sharp. It is sharp. So for some very fine slicing, this is a pretty nice knife right here. Again, the 736 Trekker. This is my most recent liner lock acquisition. Got this in a pawn shop. This is called the Bones. Sorry about that, and had to cough. This is the Bones. And it's got the tiger stripe camo on it, partially serrated, tanto blade to it, almost like a harpoon there too. A little bit of a decorative fuller. I don't know if these are still available or not. So there you go, the bones. Okay, recently the Buck came out with a tin set with this knife, and it had a small toothpick with it. Was it a toothpick? No, a small trapper that came with it, pack of wood. And this is the model 133. Oh, I can't get it open. Got a detent there. Anyway, this is the 133. It's got pack of wood handles. Really nice clip point blade there. And a liner lock. But it did come in a really nice tin. All right, moving along. These two here are kind of special ones right here. Let me start with this one. This is the 253 Durham. 253 Durham. And it is liner lock, although it does have a nail nick like a slip joint. And it's got this nice opening here where you can access the liner lock real easy. What makes this knife and this one really special is these are exclusive through Canadian Tire. So my good friend Stuart Harvey sent both of these knives to me, and without him sending them to me, I don't know if I'd ever been able to add them to my Buck collection. I don't know how to order from Canadian Tire. So yeah, a very nice knife. Kind of like a nice long gentleman's knife. And then next, we have the 190 Matrixx. Again, this is a Canadian Tire exclusive. Very nice clip point. I think Stuart referred to this as the 112 Buck knife of Canada, if you're familiar with a Buck 112 Ranger. So again, anodized aluminum handle here. Open construction. Trying to get it to focus. Adjustable pivots. Let me see. Yeah, that one was adjustable too. So yes, just another very fine knife here. And thanks again, Stuart, for sending me these two knives so I can have them in my collection. Last but certainly not least is this nice little Buck Colleague, model 325. And my brother sent me this for Christmas. I did do a cover up on my name there, but he did got my full name and Knife Delights on there. So this is just a very nice little knife, fifth pocket knife. Can do some light chores around the office or here and there. Cut a piece of string, open a box. So it's aluminum or steel. I'll have to look it up. But just a really nice little blade on this, model 325. Hello and welcome to Knife Delights. Here on the table today I've got a special find. It is a Buck Congress, and these knives were made, as far as I can tell, for 1 year in 1995. It was a special order from SMKW, and these knives were made by Camillus. Now this one has a standard black saw-cut Velox, or Delrin. If Camillus made it, maybe it's Delrin. Buck uses Velox. But yeah, these are very hard to find. But it's a welcome addition to my collection, my buck slip joint knives especially, and made in the USA, four-bladed Congress. And what's interesting is you have buck USA there on the tang stamp, but there is no model number on it. So again, through just a little bit of research, I was able to find out just a little bit about the knife, but not a whole lot. But yeah, you just don't run across knives like this very often. So what we have here, you've got your sheep's foot blade there with the tang stamp on it. Nothing on the pile side. And you got a pen blade there. And we'll look over here. Got another, I guess that would be a pen blade also. Right there. And then you got your coping blade right there. Now this knife also did come with the yellow Velox or Delrin, whichever it is. Now this knife is not brand new. It may be slightly used. I would not say mint condition, but I'd say it's in good condition. And I think it needs just a little bit of oil. So once again, we look to Ken there at Last Chance Knives and his knife flush and cleaner. Put just a little drop of oil on here, and I'll bet you we get a little better snap out of that. Doesn't take much. Just a little of this down in there. Maybe too much on that one. And you can work them back and forth just a little bit, and you'll get better snap out of them. Yep, it's loosening up already. They do have a good pull on them. Yeah. Okay, I want to look at this Buck 181 Odyssey. And I did buy this in an antique store. Got it at a pretty reasonable price. And I just have to start off by saying that one thing that I do like about Buck is they have tried to innovate. They've tried to stay, within the modern times. This knife, I believe, first came out in the 1998 catalog, and they came out with 3 different models, the Odyssey 1, 2, and 3. Buck has, never relied just on their legacy kinds of knives or traditional hunting knives and the 110, while, still top sellers and very popular with their fixed blade hunting knives, the 102, 119, and so on and such forth. They really have tried to up their game. And as we can see here, starting back in 98 with this model, they had other models coming out in the 80s and such, different kinds of knives to try to, update and appeal to the growing knife community, the different uses of knives, and those that prefer a more modern knife over a traditional slip joint knife. So this is a representative of their efforts. There was a lot of different models, and I won't go into all of them. I mean, they even had a model 186. They had one that came out with a ATS 34 steel. Some of them were partially serrated. So they really did come out with a wide variety of this model. And what struck me with this is just look at that blade shape. And I'm not even sure what you want to call that. If it was straight across the bottom here, you could call it a Wharncliffe. So maybe it's a modified Wharncliffe. Maybe it's more of a drop point. I don't know what you call it. But it is a very beautiful blade. Nice hollow grind there. Of course, it's used, so I don't know about the original edge, if it got sharpened. It's still in a fairly sharp condition. Of course, they've incorporated a thumb hole, and it is a liner lock. And you can see it's a little off-centered. Again, you could adjust these pivots here just a little bit. I'm sure you could get that centered better, but it has a really nice action to it. Now, this particular knife here was made in 2013, and it has the basic Buck 428C Boss heat treat steel. And there you can see the stamp on it. And it was an advertising knife. I'm sure if you joined the NRA, they sent you one of these knives for free. And the original owner even wrote on the box, warranty addressed and closed. So here's the original box for it. You can see it was made, what is that, 6/16 of 13, I believe. Of course, made in the USA. Gives the catalog, model and catalog number there. And we can open up the box here. It still has a little insert here, the famous forever warranty. And then the original owner made some notes to himself. Yep. So I just thought this was a nice little find. The scales here, let's see, on this one it's thermoplastic. They are pinned, so you cannot replace them. But it is an adjustable pivot. It's got a steel frame. And again, it's a liner lock. The pocket clip would be, let me see here. So we have a tip down carry, and the pocket clip is not reversible, nor can you change it over to tip up carry. That's a big deal to some folks. That's their preference. You know, I guess I don't carry a lot of modern knives to begin with, but that's something that just, you know, it's no big deal to me, but for some, they really like to have it tip up. So why don't we try to take a little bit of a measurement here on this knife. And we've got a closed length of right at 4.5 inches. And a blade length of about 3 inches with about 2 3/4 inches cutting edge. And the overall length is, what do we got here? 7 5/8 or so. A little over 7.5 inches. It is lightweight. I can't find my scale. I should throw it on the scale, but I can't find my scale right now. Ergonomically, it does fit the hand very well. I wear large to extra large size gloves, so you can see I get a full four fingers on that knife. And one thing I like to check for with a liner lock is, do you get a hot spot with the liner lock when you've got it here? And that and the pocket clip, I don't really feel a hot spot here. And easy opening, ambidextrous for me. I haven't practiced with closing it one-handed with my left hand yet, but even in my left hand here, it feels very nice. Of course, you do have some jimping here, right here too, for your thumb, if you like that. And you do have this nice choil here. So, a very nice knife. Folks, this is a Buck 110. Buck 110 Commemorative. And it is of the USS Iowa, the battleship USS Iowa. Look at that engraving. There was 100 of these made, and this is number 72 of 100. Just look at this gorgeous knife. Now, being a native Iowan and of course a Navy vet, this knife has a lot of meaning to me. And just look at this presentation case that it came in. Very well done. Very nice. And then we got a certificate of authenticity. Serial number 72. This model 110 folding hunter with nickel silver bolsters and aqua fibron inlays is one of 100 produced by Buck Knives in recognizing the crews of the USS Iowa. And it's signed Charles T. Buck. So Chuck, or Charles, would be the grandson of Hoyt. So I'm not quite sure when this was made because it was in the came out of the custom shop, and it's got the Buck and script, as you can see, and then it says custom USA. And then again, the serial number on the other side of the blade. And I'll have to look up. I don't know when Chuck stepped down from being the CEO. But this is probably from the early 2000s or maybe even earlier. But look at this aqua fiber inlay. Now, you know I like the blue wood. And this is just like the blue wood, only it's green. Very green. I just love it. Sorry, I was looking at it, not letting it focus. This is my first look at it right here. I saved you all from the unboxing and that. But you know, if you see me in some of my videos, I'm wearing a USS Iowa hat. She's a museum now out in Los Angeles. And if you ever have a chance to visit her or the Missouri or the New Jersey, I suggest you stop. I think you'll be fascinated. These battleships were just, oh, they're indescribable. They were so massive, and those 16-inch guns. And what's interesting is, you know, politics has a hand into everything. So, you know, at the end of World War II, the Japanese surrendered on board the USS Missouri. Well, had FDR still been alive and Japan surrendered, it probably would have been signed on board the USS Iowa, because the Iowa was FDR's flagship. Yeah. But, as fate would have it, President Truman was president, and he was from Missouri. So obviously the Missouri is going to be his flagship. So, yeah. Isn't it funny how politics plays a role into everything? But this is just a fine addition to my Buck knife collection. I'm very happy to have this. It's in excellent condition. Obviously, it's a commemorative, so it's never been used. So I'll give you one more look at it there. No need to make this an extended video because you all know about the history of the Buck 110. I would encourage you to check out my playlist that I'll leave down here in the bottom right-hand corner. I got a lot of interesting videos on Buck 110s and my whole Buck collection if you like Buck knives. Down in the center, the big round knife delight, so you can punch that if you'd like to subscribe. And down in the lower left-hand corner, well, that's the next video that YouTube thinks you should watch. So until next time, have a very delightful day.